Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Thursday, to Me Time, to me, Adrienne Marks, and the awesome Marina Nanny. Well, I hope you're having a good week. This week, my travels have brought me back to London. And I'm here, and the sun's shining a bit, and the sky's a bit blue. So it's a very interesting time. And on my travels in Rome and on the way back, and various things that have happened since I've been back, have made me think very much about getting stuck emotionally not moving in your life. And I was talking to somebody yesterday about that very subject, and I thought, sometimes we have inside us what we think of as limiting beliefs. Although we don't actually think about them, we just make a goal perhaps, or we're doing something and we don't actually realize why we're not succeeding. And it's very, very difficult to move forward, and you get very frustrated. And then often what happens is people stop. You just stop and you think, well, obviously this isn't going to work. Or sometimes you might say, well, do you know what? The universe doesn't want me to do this. And I don't think that's necessarily true, because sometimes we have a desire in our heart, a passion in our heart for something that we want to do that is really, really important. And yet we get easily dissuaded because we feel it's too difficult. The obstacles are too strong. The reason they're there, let's face it, is because they are obstacles. You know, I was listening to somebody last week and they were saying, you know, the thing is that you can't expect the line for success to be from A to B. There isn't a, you can't see me, so I'm drawing a straight line. But it isn't. If life was that easy, then everybody would do it and everybody would succeed. It's only by jumping over the hurdles, by getting through the obstacles, that you can actually not only make a success, but also be able to appreciate that success. Because if it was too easy, then you wouldn't appreciate it. Because sometimes when something comes to us too easily, we don't get it. But if we have to work at it, then it has greater value in our lives, and we're more grateful for it. So what I want to talk to you today about is that sometimes when we're moving along and writing our desires and our goals, and we start on this path and we say, well, I need to do such and such, and you start moving forward, and then one of these obstacles comes along. Instead of saying, well, maybe it's not meant to happen, maybe what you should do is look at where this obstacle might have come from. What's holding you back? What are you feeling that's saying, I don't think I can do this? Because it is something. And, you know, I've said this before, we have these limiting beliefs that we got from the time we were children, that somebody says, oh, you can't draw, or you can't sing, or you know, you're not very clever with math, or whatever it is. And so it goes into our subconscious, and we don't think about it. You know, for instance, if you have a goal where you want to be a speaker, say, and the first time you ever stood up in class and you are reading your report, your story, which you were so excited about, and you stumble over a word, and the whole class laughs at you. You start feeling really bad, and that thing in your brain goes, oh, it's not safe to do this. I'm not going to do this anymore because it hurts, because it's painful to stand up and be silly and have people laugh at me. And so you find it very difficult. And the next time you stand up in class, or you want to try out for a play that's on, the drama in school, there's a play, and you'd love to play, maybe not the lead, but maybe the second lead, maybe even the third. The third character, so exciting, you really, really would love to do it. But this thing inside your brain goes, no, you can't stand up there. Remember what happened to you in class? And so you don't do it. And so you don't reach your potential. And you go through life like that. And then you go for a job. You go through your college or university, whatever you do, and then you get your first job. And within a month, you have to present an idea to a room full of people. Maybe not even a room full, maybe just half a dozen of your colleagues. And you sit there and you're petrified and you've got this wonderful idea, but you're just like, I can't speak out. And it holds you back. And this is just one example. And it's not, it's not the only example. There are lots and lots and lots of things that might be holding you back because of something that's very, very, I'm not going to say silly, but something that happened to you when you were a child and it's lodged in your brain. Now, I don't know how many people that are listening today know about this awesome technique called emotional freedom technique or tapping. And this actually helps release limiting beliefs, limiting blocks that stop you from moving forward. And there are some awesome ways of doing it. If you know how to use tapping, then that's brilliant. But if you don't, what I want you to do is I want you to contact me and I will show you this really, really simple way of, it's painless, absolutely painless, although it's called acupuncture without needles, because we tap on our meridian points, and it's a way of getting rid of these amazing things. And so by getting rid of them, what we do, it's like anything. When you've got a negative, you can't just put it in with an affirmation, a positive thing, because it doesn't work. It's like papering over the cracks. You can't do it. What you have to do is get rid of the limiting belief and then replace it with a positive one that's like the other side of the coin. I often say that everything's got an opposite, top, bottom, right, left, down, above. And so it's the same with this, with your beliefs. The belief that you've got that you can't stand up and speak to people in a room full of people, that you can't sing, that you can't draw, that you can't, whatever it is you want to do, comes from something that you were told as a child, or maybe not as a child, maybe as a young adult. But something is stopping you from getting your goal, getting to your goal, getting to your dream. And by using EFT, by using tapping, it is the most amazing way. I've seen it with so many people. Even something as simple as getting rid of a headache. It's been used on thousands of people all over the world for 15, 20 years now. And it is just the most incredible way of moving forward in your life. Because if you're out of your comfort zone because of something that you want to do. If you feel so uncomfortable and you've got this desire inside you, there's one half of you says, oh, I really want to do X. And there's another part that's saying, there is no way on God's green earth that you're ever going to do that. There's got to be a reason why you don't think you can do it. Are you getting what I'm saying? Because it is so important that your dreams, that your aspirations, we're only here on this earth for such a short time that to waste any opportunity is a crime, is a crime against you, is a crime against your life. You can be so amazing, so wonderful if you just allow yourself to be. And that's the thing, it's being. We're human beings, not human doings. And we have to learn how to look after ourselves. That's what me time is all about. And it's about being the best we can be and listening to our heart. And when you listen to your heart and something, and you think, I want to do something, and you're so passionate about it, but it's not happening, something in there is stopping you. And when we can work out what's stopping you, it's so easy to get rid of it. I promise you, it really is. It's incredible. What do you think, Marina? Have you heard of EFT?
Yeah, of course, and I actually use it in my life, on my daily life. And you know what, Adrienne, I'm so happy you opened this topic, because everything that is not you don't learn in school, or is not in a newspaper, or is not on the news, people tend to think, oh, that's not something I could understand or try, or if the doctor, the GP is not saying go for it, they will say no, they will dismiss it. But it's very interesting that for fifth time this week, I'm coming across with the same thought, and it's so powerful, I have to say it. You see, when people, one of our listeners, or more than one of our listeners perhaps could relate to this, when you feel that desire, that burning desire inside, and then you go through the process, you figure it out, and then you create the product. Yes, whatever it is that you want, whatever is a book, or maybe an event, maybe something that is so awesome and amazing that you're thinking, blimey, I had this all this time. But then when it comes to the delivery, when you want to deliver your creation, it's always somebody, you are waiting for somebody to tell you. You are always telling to the people who are in your past, and obviously they don't know the new face of you, the new vibration of you, the new desire that is creating this product you want to launch. And there's, oh, this is not a good idea. Who is going to listen to you? Who is going to buy from you? And that is almost like an excuse for you to go back and step on that seed of greatness. You just brought it out. You worked so hard to make it happen, to see the light of day, and then you step on it thinking, no, it wasn't a good idea.
Yeah.
And you know what I meant to say, that the thought that was haunting me this week, like couple of times a day, but it was coming from other people, the message that was coming from other people, from very, very extremely successful people who are traveling the world, who are speaking their mind, who are helping other people, who are making the difference and the fortune at the same time. As I know many of our listeners would wish to have that in their life. They said the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't care what people think of me. I don't care if they like me. I don't care if they need me. I have to tell them that I'm here.
Yeah.
And this is so powerful, because how many big ideas went straight to the graveyard? How many brilliant ideas? How many times people who could change my life died, taking with them their idea that could have changed my life? How many?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I'm having this urgency, I can't help it, about telling our listeners Wake up. You are needed.
Yeah.
You are your only obstacle. There are no keys to anything. There are no secrets to anything. You are the best kept secret. Wake up, come out, and unveil yourself. Show me what you are made of. Show me what you hold inside. And yes, is always to do with finding excuses, and is always to do, maybe that excuse is your somebody in your family or your best friend or somebody you are turning to for validation, for approval. And guess what? You need no approval. Listen to me. You live your own life. You live your own message. You live your own passion. There is nobody and nothing in between you and your passion. You become your passion. And you see, this is so beautiful, Adrienne, because you are creating these amazing opportunities for people to discover that each one of them is the opportunity for another person who is seeking them. So once you reinvent yourself, once you go all in, and you don't get tired, you know that's your passion. You know you become your passion. And who is going to stop you?
Exactly.
It's only you who would stop you. You are the biggest hazard in your growing into the person who you're supposed to be. Because you have to deliver something, a certain message to somebody who is dying to listen. And you got that message for a certain person. And that person cannot move, cannot make progress without you. It is not about you. It is about the people who are going to benefit from your message. That's why I love you, Adrienne, so much. And to me, you are, oh my God, I don't know, you are like a godsend. You know, because there are moments in everyone's lifetime when they feel pulled back. So they go so fast and furious, and then 60 seconds, and then they go back 60 years. And you are giving them the tools not to go through that ordeal, not to go to that nothingness, not to go back to nothingness. And I know you are creating events around the world. You are having retreats. I know you are having, you are about, and this is breaking news, about to launch a big event on the 22nd of July this summer to celebrate the International Me Time Day. And we are going to have awesome speakers coming to share with you their passion and give you the message you are craving for. The message you don't know is for you, because actually, Adrienne, think about it. So if I have a message, a very important message, do I know about it? Of course I don't. I don't have a clue. I don't have a clue. The message is for me, but it's with somebody else.
Exactly.
So all I have to do, I have to learn to listen.
Yeah, that's the important thing. If you listen to what's going on inside, it's what I said. You've got to be still. You've got to listen to what's going on, because people spend their lives, going on this hamster wheel, and they're too quick. And they never listen, and they're just like, oh, I don't feel comfortable with this, or I don't like doing this, or I don't like doing that. And they never stop and go, what's going on? Why don't I feel happy with this? What's happening with my vibration? Why do I feel uncomfortable with this? Why do I not feel at my full potential, at my full energy level? Have you ever noticed, Marina, I'm sure you have, that if you do something you don't like doing, you don't enjoy it, so you don't have a good vibration, you don't have high vibration, you don't have energy for it, you procrastinate. If there's something you don't want to do, I was like that today. There was something I really didn't want to do, and I did it, but I did it so slowly. So I've got to finish it in the morning. And I knew as I was doing it, I thought, I'm really not giving this my all. This particular project, I am not giving it my all. and it has to
And
be done.
it's
And
true. It's true. And you know what? Look. I have to share this with you, Adrienne. You know, we have people lined up. We have like recording like 10, 12 episodes a day, and
mhm.
now we have to reduce them to 20 minutes, the most half an hour. And sometimes people cannot stop sharing their message. And right now we have Rima waiting online to start her own show.
Ah,
And you know,
okay.
this is what is all about. Is your passion, is
Yeah,
your message. So if you, I mean, when you feel it, you are the message, and you have to queue up, stay in a queue. Yes, you are. So what? It's worth it. On a
exactly.
horseback, you have to get and deliver the message you have for that person, no matter what. The same way that Greek soldier who died carrying, delivering the message back to Athens. Is the
Mm,
same with each one of us. Each one of us is the
yeah,
messenger that somebody needs to 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 embrace. Somebody
yeah,
is waiting for you. Don't delay. Don't find more excuses. Don't tell me about social conditioning and what your parents think and your blame game. I don't want to know. Thing. You, my dear friend, you, my dear listener, you are the best kept secret.
absolutely, absolutely. And
Get some me time. Until next time, from both of us, lots of love.
no,
Don't
bye,
be a stranger. Goodbye.
bye, bye.